You don't want to see me. There we go. We want to see the slides because the slides are much more important than my face in this room. So let's try this. Go to share my screen, minimize that, and hopefully this thing is going to work just beautifully. Okay. Number one, there are no sales on this webinar. That's right. I am going to work with you folks and actually just talk and share and get right to it. So my name is Doug Crow, and quick things about me. I'm a business owner, former ABC radio host. I'm a founder of Authority Fusion, a journalist with Newswire. And what do? I work with professionals, doctors, entrepreneurs, and help them create traffic, branding, and leads. So there's a tremendous opportunity for all of us today. And a lot of us have a decision to make about not who is the most charming or most skilled at marketing, but really who has the right ideas that can put your message on the map. And I mean that quite literally. So you may have thought about or even tried to, create online leads before, and perhaps you've done okay, or perhaps you failed. So it's really not a matter of if you should expand your brand online, if you should generate traffic, capture your own leads, or even who should do it. Really, it should be about the best idea that should win the day. And in my opinion, your business is not simply a place to make and earn money. For most professionals, their business is also their passion. It's their mission. And people think a lot that, oh, my business is all about marketing and web marketing and SEO and Google and blah, blah, blah. I think that's rubbish. I really do. I think a business is a brand, but it's more than a brand, right? It's more than simply making the phone ring, right? But the phone has to ring because, that has to happen to make money. It has to happen often. Marketing online properly, in my opinion, is the fusion of branding and marketing and getting qualified leads. And your brand and marketing should be a reflection of, or the integration of, your personal and your business values, right? That's the key thing, right? That's the yin and the yang right there, or yin yang. This has to be done right. So we may be, you may already have a firm you're working with. That's okay. No problem. I've actually very honored to be competing against other great firms in the marketing lead generation space. I know many of them have, multiple offices, large teams, internet presence they have used to build their respectable brand, and no expense has been spared to let those landscape know who these guys are. Oh, equally important, however, though, is the marketing industry has morphed and exploded. There's way too much clutter and misinformation in the marketplace. So unless you're quite different in your approach to the market, you'll be wasting your time and money. And that's why it brings me to my big idea. And it's not only very different, but in my opinion, the idea is insanely compelling. Okay, our plan is, and it looks like I'm not live right now, according to somebody on Skype, so I don't know why that is. Let me just re-enter there real quick. Sorry about that, folks. I'll just shut this off and do a recording, I guess. Okay, so it's strangely compelling, but insanely compelling. So our plan is not just to be your strategist, your marketing agency, or a vendor, but really your all-in partner. We want to almost like speed date with you in the most seamless and risk-free way possible. So our idea here is not just to boost your traffic rankings and exposure, get leads, and do it with newsworthy content. We want to do it with no upfront investment whatsoever. Zero risk, nada. No money exchange hands. Just work first and get results. That's the big idea here. So it's very, very important to do that because, in effect, what you'll be getting is earned media through what I call strategically orchestrated publishing of professional content. That's a mouthful. But this will create rich new traffic and leads for your business. And if you do feel this exposure and this increase in web traffic and leads is worth anything, great, right? We're going to be fast friends and have a great time with this. But if you don't appreciate it, it does not fit well with you for any reason, then you just don't pay us any money, not one red cent. All right. So our unique program will give you the ROI and branding you need, that you desire for your newsworthy content, right? You want to be in the news, for your really highly ranked videos, and equally important, your addictive Google links. Now, we don't interrupt people with this content. Rather, we place it in front of where people are already going. And you'll quickly realize this is an integrated approach versus what other people do, which is a standalone marketing. We combine these things together. So I'm going to set my sights very high on your brand. We're going to literally become heroes, not just by shining a new light on your brand or infusing it with a passion, with your target audience, and delivering sustainable revenue. That's all important. What's equally important, though, is deciding and understanding that you've got options, right? You can do advertising, referrals, content marketing, public relations. All these things have merit. As a matter of fact, doing content marketing and publishing a blog or a podcast, social media, is a pretty big ocean. Let's face it. And the hard facts are social media has matured. Social platforms do not make any money without advertising dollars now. So if you're not advertising with them, very few of your target audience is seeing your message anymore. When it comes to advertising, well, advertising is pretty complex and game for the high rollers. The competition for ad budgets for keywords is very, very high. We've all been taught that the best form of advertising is word of mouth advertising. It's what's built my business and probably a lot of yours. We also know that there's a big challenge with word of mouth advertising, and that it's very difficult, if not impossible, to measure effectively. And how the heck do you scale it? I mean, referrals are highly personal, nearly impossible to depend on for any consistency. Public relations has been fun. I've enjoyed that in my business, and it's similar to referral or endorsements. It's being mentioned by influencers, experts, and the media. And these are highly sought after mentions that you can get. But does it make your phone ring? If it's done properly, it will make your phone ring off the hook. If it's done improperly, it could not do anything. And it's a very costly form of advertising. And additionally, it is pretty unpredictable because all PR firms charge up front and there's never any guarantee of specific media placements. So what if you could actually combine, these four things, or three of them at least, 3 or 4 of these things combined? This is how it works, right? If you're doing marketing, you're saying to somebody else, hey, I'm a great lover. Doing advertising, you're saying it over and over again, I'm a great lover, I'm a great lover. If you're doing public relations, somebody else is telling your client, hey, trust me, this guy's a great lover. And branding, at the end of the day, your client is telling you, hey, I understand you're a great lover. And that's the essence of combining these strategies. And doing that without paying a dime is pretty rare. So the question comes to mind, can anyone do this? Can anyone get this marketing up front and pay later? No, unfortunately, it's not the case. It's not for everyone. There are some specific hoops that people have to jump through or basically qualify for. If you don't have an online presence, if you don't have an actual website and some kind of lead or landing page or some way to capture lead online, this is not for you. Okay, it's not going to work. You need to have a real presence online with at least a Google Places page and at least a lead capture page. If you don't have a sales process, that means a trained sales team, or even a one person, even the sole proprietor who can take inbound calls to transform those leads into sales, or an online system to convert leads into sales. Some kind of system or process in place is required for this to work. Because if we send a bunch of traffic to you and you don't close the deals, it's not our fault. You also have to have a high ticket price. You've got to have a product or service which is $500, $1,000 or higher in value to make this work, because we're not going to be doing a lot of high profile traffic and lead generation for a stick of gum. Okay, so those are the requirements basically, and there's more to it when we get in the phone. But here's how it works. Let me explain to you step by step how we can pull this off with you. Number one, it's very basic, simple. We need to get on the phone and speak with an enrollment specialist. That will probably be me right now, and in the future, I might have another person help out with that. It's a 15-minute phone call. We talk about your business, chat about your revenue, your average profit margins, how you're getting traffic now, how your leads and sales are, just some basic information to understand if this is a good fit for us or not. If it is a good fit, you'll fill out a quick form that we document your Google Analytics, your traffic now, traffic in the future, what your leads are now, and then so we can see incremental increases in traffic and leads. That's an important thing to measure. So we'll review those things in just a day or so, and then it takes us about 4 to 5 days, we'll start creating that content, news stories, videos, content, and putting it out there targeting the specific traffic that you're going to go after. And then we'll spend a couple weeks reviewing it, tweaking it, maybe hop on the phone call one more time. And within 25 to 30 days, we're going to review that result. We're going to discuss the potential and if it's going to work or not. In conclusion, you'll have within 30 days, brand new traffic, fresh leads, and potential for a whole lot more. But like I said, there's no commitment, there's no money exchange. So if you like it and it works for both of us, then we'll proceed with a formal agreement. If for any reason it's not for me, then we just part as friends. No big deal. Okay, no harm, no foul. But I like big, bold things, and I hope you do too. Creating a better brand with fresh and new traffic and leads where you pay after that we perform, that's a bold thing to do. I mean, I think boldness is important. You know, if you don't like bold plans, it's not for you, that's not your kind of thing, then that alone might be a possibility that this isn't right for you, that we're not good, to work together. I mean, our team is always working in a rapid entrepreneurial fashion, being very flexible, right? Being flexible and forgiving in an entrepreneurial manner is critical when launching a program like this. I mean, think about it. If you were a slow, overly picky on the nuances, responding like a big corporation, it doesn't work. This is the rapid fire program to get things going. So if that's you, if that's the way you are, it's okay. It's just that, we're not going to have any synergy, right? Your product and our results are what we're looking to go after. And the nuances and little things along the way are just details, right? So right now, you may have flirted with, marketing yourself. Or maybe you've hired an agency or begun the process. If you have everything in place, I'm sure you feel it could be done a little bit better. So the question for you, and you want to ask yourself is there a plan? Is there a process that you're using right now to expand that and grow your traffic and capture more leads? Some business owners think their online marketing is a task or an expense line item. And that's true, but in my opinion, it's way sexier to combine things, combine your branding, with your marketing, fusing it all together. And I'm not the only one that does this. This is not brand new, mind you. I mean, think about it. I mean, Apple did it years ago. They created more raving fans and customers through their feeling than their technology. They built a reputation, and people who will be called customers became fans. I mean, normally a fan is for a sports team. Zappos is another example. Zappos turned the online world upside down by not only posting, but encouraging online customers to pick up the phone. They put their phone number on the top of every single web page. I mean, look at eBay, never had posted their phone number ever, I don't think. So your practice or company, may not be global like these guys. It might not be going to become a national billion-dollar company, but that doesn't mean you can't make a dent in the universe. You've got a product or service that touches lives, that serves your clientele, and that's going to be important, right? So the question isn't if you should be marketing online. The question is, are you bold enough to believe your business can not only grow in revenue, but simultaneously grow in reputation? See, I'm bold enough to do that. I'm staking my money on it. And thousands of successful companies and practices are doing that, but many, many more are only hoping they could. So I'm going to be brief here, like I mentioned. I'm not going to waste your time convincing you the success of others in hopes that you'll see the same for yourself. Instead, I simply want to do the work first, okay? And I don't want to waste your time on these things, all right? I just want to get the work done. I want to give you results in advance, okay? And now there's one more slight thing to consider here, and that is, well, we always have more people applying than we have spots, right? There's with this kind of offer where there's no risk that everyone wants to do it, but not everybody's going to qualify. Even those that qualify, we only have so many spots. So if you cannot enroll immediately, I'm going to do something to help you out. Okay, I'm going to run a share this program. If you got rejected, you're not really rejected. You're going to go in the holding pattern, right? But I will share your campaign or your whatever stuff you have out there right now while you're in a holding pattern, right? If I can't fulfill you in the next 30 days, we'll put you in the queue for the following month, and you'll be on that waiting list. But during the waiting list time, we'll give you some exposure and some momentum to keep you focused on this. So when you're ready to go, we can go fully. So that's pretty much it. Final thoughts before my 20 minutes is up here. I got 1 minute left. It's the only thing worse than an idea that you hate is an idea that you like. In my opinion, when you only like an idea, you're still, a little bit unsure about it. I mean, imagine getting married to somebody you just like. It's kind of weird. So if I were sitting where you are, what would I say? If I thought I don't love this idea, I kind of like it, I don't love it, I'd say I'm out, right? Not important. And that's okay with me because technically that's the right thing to do. At the same measure, if you only like this idea, don't book a call. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I'm totally okay with that because I couldn't possibly work with you if you don't love the idea of getting free traffic in advance of paying a dime. I mean, that's just, if you don't love that, then we're not a good fit right off the bat. So right now, as you're sitting there, a clock is steadily ticked ahead, and people are wanting what you need, and they're going without it. Or worse, perhaps you're listening to your competitor's message and buying from them. So there are, people are having sleepless nights right now. They could be your customers, and they're having the same choices. Like, what am I going to do? Right? They're thinking, where should I go? So if you love the idea of getting new traffic in advance and paying for it and integrating your business and brand professionally, then we are the right team to work with. Our process will fit seamlessly with your business, resources, and time. And we know how to do this better than anybody else. Even though 97% of the tasks of creating your copy, your video, and news, and publishing it, and optimizing it is on our side, there is 3% of the work that we cannot do without you. Not much, but it is something. So we'll have to do this together. We'll have to do it with you. So when and if you feel the time is right, I encourage you to speak with me and see how we can make it happen together. It's just that simple. So it's online marketing. It's completely done for you. And just, think about it, get on it. And if you want to schedule that call, just this is the 3 steps, right? Step 1 is to go to dougcrow.link/call. And then that's a calendar. You'll schedule a call with me. You select your time zone, day and time, and we'll hop on the phone for 20, 30 minutes. And then if everything looks good, we'll put you in the calendar. The 20-minute one-on-one private consultation. Find out if we're a good fit. There'll be a short form to fill out, and we'll explain everything to you. Set a dashboard up for you, and every few days you'll see some input and traffic and results there. So the way you qualify is go to dougcrow.link/call, fill out a survey if we qualify, and we're off to the races. So that's it. I'm right at my 20-minute mark. I appreciate your time today, and thank you so much. I look forward to speaking with you. This is Doug Crow from Authority Fusion. Bye-bye.